modern business apps. There are none without Microsoft SharePoint, PowerApps, and Flow. And a little bit about me before we start. So my name is Ahmed Al-Najjar, or for short, you could call me Eric if you want. So AKA the Flow Jedi. You could call me Ahmad. That's my friends call me Ahmad. So I'm based in Oslo in Norway, and I'm a senior consultant at InfoWorker. I'm a business applications MVP, and I'm a developer, passionate, heart and soul about development. I started with development ever since I graduated. I have 14 years of experience, worked mainly with the Microsoft ecosystem technologies. Started with ASP.NET, C#, and then I actually moved along. But I've worked with SharePoint ever since the beta version of 2007. So that's 14 years. I also work with Microsoft Flow, PowerApps, and Logic Apps. And I'm also a SharePoint Saturday Oslo organizer in Oslo. And feel free to take my Twitter account, and this is my blog. But it's really good to follow me on Twitter. I tweet a lot. I'm part of the Flow community as well. So we talk about Flow most of the time, and you'll see me just talking about events. I just do events more than I do blogs. And just a little bit about InfoWorker at a glance. So we are a consultancy services and solutions. So we do consultation and we provide solutions. And we are mainly focused on Office 365 and SharePoint and Teams, solutions development, including .NET and different programming languages. And we do cloud solutions in Azure as well, and system integrations, and we do business process automation using, of course, Flow, PowerApps, and Logic Apps, and Nintics, of course. And we also provide GDPR consultancy. We have a certified GDPR consultant at our premises at InfoWorker. And as well, we do user adoption and training. So a very fast glimpse of our important clients that we have. I currently work with Innovation Norway. They provide loans for innovative projects inside of Norway. They're really cool guys. We also have Stortinget, which is the parliament, the Norwegian parliament. We also have different other clients, important clients as well, as Amnesty, for example. And this is the amazing team. I'm really lucky and privileged to be part of those smart people. And there's also fresh meat that we forgot to put here. So this is a shout out for you, Celia. So welcome aboard again. So, modern business apps. As you can see from the title of this session, this is actually a statement. So it's not like a proper title. It is a statement. And throughout this session, we are trying to prove this statement, or not prove it, at least we debate it. And I've divided this session into two parts. The first part is non-technical, which is something that has been addressed as well in a session that I have been to before, my session, John Levesque and Kent. They did a really amazing session about Flow. So sometimes the challenges are not only technical. There are some other challenges that you face when you're trying to adopt modern business apps. And the other part is technical. It's just demo. So I hope it's going to be interesting and not bothering for you. So the first thing for developing a modern business apps. Usually when you say modern, it does not mean that it's only new or something that is like, involves technology. It also means a lot of characteristics. It does not mean like, one thing, modern as new. It means a lot of things. And these characteristics are, for example, like easy. Not only easy to use, but also easy to understand, easy to build. So it needs to be easy. The second thing is cross-platform. So cross-platform, we are using multiple devices every day. People are innovating like new ways to communicate with each other. It's important to have it cross-platform because we're using those platforms every day. It's us that's changing. It's not the devices. We want that change. So we want to have some tools that supports this cross-platform. Integrated, We also use a lot of services and apps across the cloud, on-prem, different technologies. It needs to be integrated with those technologies and systems that we use every day, right? And it needs to be fast. So fast not in terms of responsiveness, but also fast to build. Because when we want to do something, we want it yesterday, not today. Manageable. It's important to be manageable in terms of like how we package it, how we deploy it. We want to stop it. We want to start it like that. And secure, of course, security is a big issue. We don't need like to discuss further about that. But we also have different characteristics. It's not only about security, but I highlighted the most important ones that we always struggle with or we think of. I need something very easy to understand. I want to do it today and finish it, get it over with, something that I could manage. I've done the solution, but think, okay, so I want to move it somewhere else or use it somewhere else. These are the most important characteristics. But also, there are other things like, for example, scalability, user experience, compliant, iterative. So this is something that you need to have as well. But I highlighted the important ones. But this does not happen all of a sudden, like overnight. It needs something to happen. There's something needs to happen. You've heard that term, digital transformation, multiple and over again. And people are overwhelmed with that. But I think that there's a new definition for that. If you want to define digital transformation, it's all about changing the culture, how you think in an environment to make things easier and simpler. That's digital transformation. But also it does not only involve the way they change the culture of thinking, because people sometimes are stuck with system and they're good with it, so we don't need to embrace any change. But probably you'll be left out. We don't drive people like by fear, like marketing by fear. That's not good. But I'm saying that one way or the other, you'll end up being there because everything is just moving in the cloud. All the wow features, the wow services are actually in the cloud. All the nice things are actually in the cloud. So if you want to stay on-prem, yeah, there is gateway, but yet again, you'll not utilize the full spectrum or the full capacity of these services and apps. So you need to change that culture. It's actually a necessity rather than a facility. And it's a result of changing the culture of thinking in an organization, making things easier and simpler. But it's also important because finding the right digital tools to do this digital transformation is important. Because sometimes when we do the decisions to choose the digital information, it comes from the bottom down. And it's just all related to, okay, I want to do this contract with this company. We have a good friend over there. But when you're thinking about digital tools and something that addresses the day-to-day problems that these people are working with in each and every day, the line of business workers, these are the real people that are dealing with these problems. And the people are the best to understand their problem to address it, not the people sitting in their office. So you need to find these digital tools. So one of these digital tools is actually Microsoft Flow and PowerApps, because it addresses those things that we've just discussed. So with Microsoft Flow and PowerApps, you could build modern business apps very fast and empower the line of business users because it's available for everybody. So everybody could just go there and build. It does not need a developer to understand how to use that. But if a developer wants to extend what you started and do something like even more, they could do that as well with PowerApps in Flow. And it also connects through to data across the apps and platforms that we have. So it's cross-platform, which addresses all the things that we've discussed. But as you can see, what I did in here is I had SharePoint as a source, because SharePoint is a collaboration platform. Somewhere everybody, all the teams that collaborate, all the people in an organization, they use it to collaborate. They put documents, they put their files, they put records, and they use it to collaborate. They have events, and they have different types of things they could think, probably a custom list, they put their own records. So it's a platform where all the teams, they collaborate and use it. So it is a source because you put your data. This is where it actually starts. You want to pull the data and utilize this data. And then Office 365, SharePoint Online included, is actually what provides these, also one of these digital tools that enables people in an organization. So as everybody knows, I'm not going to elaborate a lot about SharePoint. Probably most of you know SharePoint. It's a collaboration platform, and it's intelligent content management and intranet. But what I want to focus on is transforming the business processes in your organization. And that's something that's important because sometimes transform business processes means the same as digital transformation. It means the same sometimes. So in SharePoint, if you want to do a workflow, Microsoft Flow is your thing. You start by Microsoft Flow, and it's actually started to be embedded within SharePoint. So when you want to do a flow, you could see on the tab on any list, you could find Flow there. And as well, if you want to build a form, you will find the tab, you will find PowerApps in there. So it just gives you a clear message. Okay, if you want to do flows with Microsoft Flow, use with SharePoint, use Microsoft Flow. If you want to use forms for SharePoint, use PowerApps. But we have a debate sometime back, and people were kind of like, discussing that, okay, is Microsoft Flow ready or not? So is PowerApps is ready or not? And this is, okay, this is a good debate. It's important to debate that. But let's say when it started in 2016, it was actually beta, and it's actually have been developed over the last 2 years really fast, if not the fastest platform within the cloud. It's amazing. And I quote here, a wise man once told me, it is the glue inside of the services and apps within Office 365. And that wise man is John Levesque. He's just sitting here. So, all right. So it's really important that you kind of like use that glue to put all these services and apps within the cloud together. Not use them all separately, but use them all together to make a really modern business application. But people usually fear to use that, and that's why we come with stories. So there's like one of the busiest airports in the world was able to save 11,000 sheets of paper per year and save 288 hours of manual input. This is 2 months, guys, of a year of manual input. But not only this also created a new career for a guy. Not only a new app, he didn't actually only create a new app, he created a new career. This guy was actually a security officer for 13 years, and now he's in user adoption. Anybody knows who I'm talking about? Who? Anybody knows? There's a prize over here. It's waiting. Mr. Flo here was waiting. Anybody knows? Yeah, Heathrow Airport, right? But the guy I'm talking about, who is he? Yeah. Yeah, these guys are actually from the Flow community. So I can't give that away. That'll be cheating. Okay, I'll save it to later. He's Samit Seni. This guy has been a security officer for 13 years, and it changed his whole career by doing an app. And not only this, there are several apps right now in Heathrow Airport. But I've seen this app with my own eye. I was traveling with my mother-in-law, and the assistant came in. On the list, her name is there, and they ticked their name, and we took the chair, and right away, off we go. There's no app. There's no paperwork. It's just an app. So it's that fast. It's really good. So why are we giving you these stories? Because these are the things that people fear the most. They say like, okay, it's not ready. I'm not going to be using it. No, it is ready. Utilize whatever you could utilize at the time being. Okay, I'm not saying hold your breath. If there's something missing, okay, you could use something else. If your scenario is not supported at least, but try it at least at first. Try it and then decide if it's good for you or not. Because if you have a tenant in Office 365, you already have the plan. You have plan 1, Just try it, play with it. If it actually works for you, then start from there. But it doesn't mean it does not work for you. And these are actually the most problem that we need kind of like, to tackle when we're using these digital tools. This is kind of like, always been the problem. So this is a non-technical issue. But let's get technical. So for the rest of the session right now, we're going to be doing 3 demos. And for these demos, first we're going to show what I'm going to be talking about, because those are sort of like big scenarios. So we're going to go through them like step by step, so you guys have a crystallized idea what I'm talking about and what is the solution essence. So first of all is auto-archiving documents and files. I was inspired, actually. So here's the story. I put this as an idea to show it at Ignite. And then there's like a very dear friend of mine. He's a bro. He's not a friend. He's a bro, really close guy. He came, approached me. He said, yeah, I want to do that as a video. Would you help me out? I said, of course, but I'm doing this for Ignite, but anything for you. And he already done it. But wait, so hold on a second. I actually took that thing that he actually did, I helped him with, and I made it even better. And this is what, guys, now I'm showing you this right now. So we have 2 documents library in SharePoint, a document library that is available somewhere in SharePoint, and we have an archiving document library. So what happens is actually this is a recurring flow that runs, let's say if you want it every 2 weeks, it runs every 2 weeks. If you want to run it every month, let it every month, depending on your requirements. But this one actually runs every week. And after 2 weeks, it just checks if the documents are older than 2 years, the modification date is older than 2 years, then what it does, it makes a copy of these files. And after copying these files, it moves them to, sorry, I'll get back one step. And then it, sorry, again. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. So, okay, it copies them to the archiving and then deletes those files within the original one. So let's go check it out and see how it actually works. All right, so you guys see my screen. This is a little bit messy desktop, but that's all right. Okay, so we have a documents library. It's in SharePoint. And as you can see in modification date, that varies. There's something that's from September 18th, something September 17th, and something from August 13th. And we have an archiving document library. It actually creates a file. So this file have a couple of documents. I was actually testing the workflow, so as you can see here. And then I'll go back to the flow in here. Before I run, I will run it first, and then we'll talk, because it's going to take a while. I need to refresh that. And then I will test it before enabling. Yeah, I haven't enabled that. Okay, so I have to enable it first. Sorry. It's off. And then like that, run now. And then we'll go inside and see how it actually works. I'll run it right now. While it runs, we're going to see that it's moving the files to the, as you can see, this is Thursday, 27th of September. And you have the time, which is the local, should be the local timing in Norway, but no, this is UTC, sorry. So 5:48. And it's actually started moving the files right now, but let's get back and see how it actually works. So if we go edit that flow, we can see that there's a recurrence that is happening. It's every 2 weeks. On the days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, which is working days. And this is going to get the time 2 weeks ago. And I'm using an expression here. I'm adding days, which is minus 14, which is 2 weeks ago. And then I get the items from the document library. But the nice thing is actually I could query the items and check the modified, which is less than the date of 2 weeks. This is how I'm getting only the items that I want. I create this current time zone and change it to the local time zone in Oslo, in Norway. And then I take that and say, is folder created is Boolean. This is a variable. And the reason I'm creating that, because if there's no documents to archive, I don't want to create a folder. And that's why I put it inside of the for each, or the apply to each, sorry. So this is a condition. It checks, is the document created? If yes, it does nothing. If no, then what it do, this is a really nice action in Microsoft Flow, which is send an HTTP request to SharePoint, and it creates a folder. And then we change that to folder created is false, and then we get the metadata for the document, we copy the file, and then we delete the file from the original document library. So if we get back in here, as you can see, it started working, but these are pretty large documents, so I guess that's having a hard time just moving things. I hope it's still running. So it takes quite a time because it's actually moving the files. But if we go back again and see the archive and open that, you can see it actually moved a couple of files. So it moves them and then delete those files. This is actually a simple way to actually do things within SharePoint and Flow. This is something like a huge ask by a lot of people. So you can start there. Do the things that actually fits you. Then, so we come to the next demo. The next demo is actually events notification. So events notification management. The story is behind that. I'm an MVP. I go speak at a lot of events and represent my company different events. But I have to leave home, right? So for this year only, I'm not talking about last year. So these are the events that I did. SharePoint Saturday Helsinki and the North American Collaboration Summit. Mark Rockley is doing that event again next year in Branson in Missouri. It's a really nice event, amazing. Though it's in the middle of nowhere, but it's an amazing event. I really recommend that you guys go in there. Like probably you could just take sometimes off in the Ozarks, so that's really nice. All right. Big shout out to Mark Rockley, by the way. MVP Summit 2018 and the Microsoft TIC Summit at Stockholm, Zurich, Warsaw, Stockholm again, and Microsoft Ignite right now. Okay, so these are the ones that I went to. I haven't started with the ones that I didn't. Okay, so I'm going to Istanbul right after Ignite, and then to Lisbon, and then to the Modern Workplace Conference in Paris, Brussels, and Barcelona, and then to the Netherlands, and finally to Thrive. Big shout out to Branka Sinclair. She's actually organizing a nice event in Slovenia, in Ljubljana, which is the capital in Slovenia. And there's a lot of known MVPs, a lot of known people are actually coming to that event. And for those European participators for Ignite, or Americans, anybody could come. It's really kind of like comparing to other events, it's really good, at a good price comparing to other events. So you guys already felt lost right now, right? So what do you think about my wife is going to be? She's going to take care of the kids, and like I'm going to be away. So she needs some ways that I could just tell her that I'm going to be away for those times. So what I did is simple, is I created an events list. I got all my events there. And when an event is added, it will actually trigger a Microsoft Flow. What it does, it will send an email to my wife informing her that I've been accepted. I will go at that time. And for those who are laughing, there's no approval at the end of that workflow. All right? I'll just let you know. Okay, big shout out to my wife right now. Probably she's watching. Thank you very much. I love you. And, all right, so what happens, there's also a recurring event that is happening there. This recurring event is checking for those events, and what happens, it's going to send those reminders 1 week before and 1 day before. And we could probably change that wondering face of my wife to a happy wife, an informed happy wife. And that's really good. So if any of you guys having like, probably, collaboration problems and said, this is a really good case. You can solve your own issues. I'm just kidding, guys. So what I'm trying to say here, that you could just achieve so much, because there are business cases as well dependent on that. So if you have like, events or some stuff like, you could apply that. You could apply these things. But you thought, wait a second. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. You thought that the workflow ends here, right? No, you thought wrong. It does not stop here. So 20 days before the event, it actually sends this event to another tenant. It's working cross-tenant, which is the InfoWorker tenants, not my MVP tenant. It's the InfoWorker tenants. It's sending that event there, and it adds that event to InfoWorker tenant. So what happens when it added there? When an event is added, let's add the event. It triggers another flow. So that flow, what it does, it sends an email to my boss. I'm going to be away for that time, and he's going to get informed. It sends an email to our competency responsible at the company, because he's responsible for, competency building, MVP, and all that stuff. And it's going to send an email to the PR, so they create news and tell everybody that Ahmad is going to an event, he's going to do blah, 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 et cetera, et cetera. It does not only do that. What it does as well, 1 week just before the event, it will wait and post something to Teams informing my colleagues that I'm going to be away for that event with the details of that event, so everybody gets informed. So with all that, I could do that. It's just automation. I just create that event in one place, boom. I'm done. I don't need to do anything else. I just created the event. The rest of it just flow doing the work for me. It's exactly what the slogan that for Flow is actually, work less, do more. It's exactly what it is. So if we go check that demo. So let's open up the events calendar. So this is how the calendar looks like. This is the real calendar. And don't get me wrong, guys. So my wife could add events, and I get notifications as well. So it's not, and there's no approval at the end of that as well. All right. So you can see here there's this one event, and let's open that event and see what's actually in there. So I choose the event owner, so whether it's me or my wife, and I set a title, I set the location, and a start date and an end date, and I set the actual and end date, actual start date and actual end date. And that's really important for those who are like in the company when they want to create news. They know that actually this event starting this day and ending that day. But as for my travel, probably I'll travel like 2 days before, 1 day before, or coming back 2 days after, 1 day after. So that's the period I'm away. So that's why we have these two. And then add it to InfoWorker. So my wife doesn't need to inform my boss about their events. So she doesn't need to add that to InfoWorker. And there's like description along with the links. This is rich text. And there's a category, which is a default field within the events. Is it an all-day event? So yes, because it actually extends that. And then this is the ID for that event in the InfoWorker list. Because if I wanted to utilize that in one way or the other, for example, I could create a link and say when ID equals 23, for example, open it up, boom, you got the event that's created on the other tenant. All right, so let's see how this is actually built, because there's like a waiting time and there's like multiple factors in there. Probably I could just show you the notification, but I'll show you like the ones that actually have ran before. So for that one, so this is when an item is created. This is the first thing that happens. When an item is created on that events list, I first format the date. So I could put the date in the right format. And then I have a private email here, so I don't have to show you the private emails, because I'm sending them to other emails as well for me and my wife. So because she checks her private email more, I check my work email more. So that's it, and that's the events list, because it's going to send the link for the events list with a notification. And then this is a switch case. It checks if this event is my event or my wife. So it decides, okay, I'm going to send this to Ahmad, to inform that she's going away or the other way around. And then here we set the private email. We set the email at Tech Carpenter, which is the tenant that I'm using right now. It gets my profile information, so it sends like, proper email, nice proper email, and I just do that. It's just simple and straightforward. There's no rocket science in there. Very simple. And I could show you how the email looks like. So this is a reminder, actually, but I'll show you an event. Let me see. So this is reminders. Okay. So this is an event. I said, like, dear Noor, brace yourself. Well, she needs to brace herself when she got the email. So I want to inform you that I'll be accepted to speak at, and then I put the details and where, and then please note that I'll be away on, and I put the date. And then check the event details there. When she clicks, it opens up the event. If I click on that one, it opens up the event in the events calendar to see the details. But if she wants to see the rest of the events, you have a link in here. You open it up, and you could see as well the events. So let's get back and see what happens for the reminders, because there's a schedule flow there. So the schedule flow is actually recurrence. It happens every day. It's just checking for these events. And then here it checks for the events that are happening in 3 weeks from now, which is 21 days, as I showed you before. And then it will add that. I added a scope. So I know that in this scope, everything is just running on the InfoWorker tenant, not on my tenant. And then it will get the items for when the event date is actually in this period, which is after in 3 weeks' time. And add to InfoWorker is 1. So it means it's true. So I want to add that to the tenant. Then it runs through the items. It checks the if add to InfoWorker, and then it just adds the items to the InfoWorker there, and then updates the item that I have in my tenant, the MVP tenant, with the ID that I've created. So the item that got created there. It returns an ID. I save that ID within my tenant. So I know that, okay, that's the ID for that event in the InfoWorker tenant. The rest of the stuff, I just get the profile. I get the user profile, and then I send the reminders. It looks pretty much the same as the one I showed you. But the difference here is when I get the items, I do a different query. So this one I do when the start date is tomorrow, so I check out for tomorrow's dates. But this one is actually when I check the ones for like after week in 7 days. So that's the difference. But let's see how it works on the other side, on the InfoWorker tenant. So if I open this up, so when an item is created, because the other API, or the other connector is going to create a new item in the InfoWorker tenant. So what happens? By the way, big shout out for the InfoWorkers, because they are watching me right now. All right, so this is that when an item is created, I format the dates, and I also, because I think that there's a problem with the regional settings as well, so I try to convert the dates so I get them into the right formatting as well. So that's why there's a couple of actions here. Then I here get my manager, get Coquelins, which is he's the competency responsible, and then Lotika is actually the ones responsible for PR and the news. And then I get my profile. And notice here that I use also a nice thing. I'm using English on my tenant, but this one is in Norwegian. And I had to translate because I've put like the template in Norwegian. And then when I send it, it's going to be like Thursday. It's like, I see a couple of Norwegians here. It's not going to be torsdag. So, okay, so this is what we call Thursday. So, yeah, so it's not going to be that day. So I have to translate that to rhyme along with the template that I put because I wrote the template in Norwegian. And then you have it here. So I translate the dates, translate them perfectly. It does not change the date. It only changes the day. And then I send that to my manager. But I also notice here that I used the delay until And I set a day, which is a week before, 7 days before. It just waits, and then it just creates applies the action, which is send this to my colleagues. I will open up Teams in here. You could see here that in Norwegian it says, I don't know if translate is enabled, but this by default is Norwegian. It just says, dear all, I'm going to be holding a session in the next week in Orlando, Florida on Microsoft Ignite. For more details, you can find them here, and there's like a link. This is what it says. So this is how it works. Simple and easy. I don't have to do anything. I don't interfere with anything. So that being said, we go back again to our session. We have 9 minutes to go, I think, for the final one. I could finish it in 3 minutes, and then we could have 5 minutes for questions. So the next one is actually an event that's the event notification manager. The last one is a feedback mobile station. Like a lot of you have actually seen that station that have these smiley faces, right? Like when you go out of the bathroom, you see them in the airport. Like it is actually a hardware. It's not like a mobile device. It's a hardware. So basically you have to move them around. But what if you could create an application that could show it on an iPad or a small phone, and then you could do the feedback instead and use SharePoint as your data source, right? So I've done something similar. So let's change, and we open this up. It seems that my boss is sending, so I don't have, you guys have to see that, and then I open this. All right. So this is how the application looks like. I'll just hide the one in here. Do that. And show the messy desktop. Sorry. All right. So here's the application. So I have a set of sessions. You could add sessions from here as well, so I could do that. You could add sessions from here. You could fill them up. And this is also reading from a SharePoint list. So you could just fill that list with all the speakers that you want, and then create that item. But I've already created that item already. And as you can see here, there's like one, it's not rated, it's in red. So I noticed that this is not rated. I go to that item, I see the information, Modern Business Apps, that's my session. And it's track developers, it's not really developers, it's for everyone, though it's 300. And speaker, and it's not rated. So I click on the star in here. This is where it gets nice. See, this is a feedback station. I only put these arrows only for demo purposes. But what you could do with that is just hide them behind a control. Make them the same color, make them small. Because I don't want to connect to the connector each time somebody hits those faces. Because it's going to take time until it connects and returns. Instead, I'm saving this information inside an object within PowerApps. And then when I'm done, I put them in text and then save them to SharePoint. All right? So for the sake of the demo purposes, I'm going to say like, this is going to be excellent, I think. So I'm just clicking and for the sake of demo purposes, because you need to make sure that the good and bad works, I'll put one in here and one in here. I'll accept that. Other than that, it's not accepted. I'm just kidding. Okay, so I hit that 23 times, and for the good and bad, just one time, and accept that for demo purposes. I'll click this, and now it's actually have saved that to SharePoint. After it saved that to SharePoint, I could go back and see that it's rated. Now it's in green, right? And I open this up, boom, you got a report within PowerApps. You can see how many people have actually rated that as 24, and how many people have did that for like more than that. So you could just do that. It's really simple. It just took me 1 day to do that. I know I'm a developer, probably take you like 2 or 3 days, but it's simple. There are simple things, but they're like, we take some stuff like, for granted. Okay, I don't want to do that like as an application. I could use some hardware for that. But that costs, and there's a lot of maintenance for that. But yet again, this one is just deployable everywhere. Sorry about that. So no, I don't want people see my pattern. Okay, security. So, all right. So this is kind of like, I end up with this final. I just finalized with this final demo, thank you for being here. For those who wanted to check out, go. Just make sure that you rate my session, please. If you have you think that it wasn't good enough, please give me good feedback. Make sure that I just keep myself updated, know what went wrong. If you think it is good, please do that and rate my session. And I'll be ready for questions if anybody have any. Thank you very much. Yeah.
So I'm in the government cloud.
Yeah.
And I have been seeing, Microsoft's been saying it's coming for like years now. So you have any insight on what should we do in the government cloud?
They're telling us exactly the same.
Yeah.
Sorry. They're telling us exactly the same.
So at this juncture, I don't know what to tell people other than to use Nintex or to use something.
Here the thing, okay, so I don't work for Microsoft, so I could tell you frankly, if you can wait, but if you don't hold your breath.
Yeah.
Just
they've been saying the same thing for 2 years. So
if you don't want to hold your breath, just go with somebody else. I don't work for Microsoft. Yeah. But I don't know, I don't want to say that publicly, but I'll just tell you. I didn't give away my prize. So because you asked first, you get to get the prize. Sorry.
Thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
Question on the delay action that you triggered
before
sending the post to Teams. So what if it exceeds 30 days? It's not going to go through.
It's not going to go through that. So Microsoft Flow are working on that. So soon enough, it's going to be like its big brother, which is Logic Apps. Okay. It's going to be for 90 days.
It's going to be extended to.
Yeah, and we've discussed a schema with the product team that if people want to have that to run even more than that, for a year or more than that, that will be kind of at a cost. But they're thinking about that, but that's really at the end of the list, so don't wait for that.
Okay, and another question. So it's normally the flow duration, which is 30 days at the moment, right? It is not an action, right? Because I've heard statements given out approval 30 days, but it's the flow itself.
It's flow itself, the 30 days. No, it's not the approval. Each and every action. Well, the approval is more or less, it's a delay action. It's just waiting for a response from somebody, right?
So it's the 30-day for that.
Exactly.
The point my flow started up until the response of the approval.
It's a part of how Flow itself or Logic Apps as well works, because of part of the structure how it's actually being built. So if there's any change gonna be in there, so it's gonna be a change in structure. So this is a big change. So the guys actually did a really good job for now, making it there for 90 days, and that's a really good time. But we hope that we get even more. But if you want to have more, you have Logic Apps. It's the big brother, but still 90 days.
It's 30 and flow for now.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Hi. I
Hi.
have 2 questions.
Yeah.
The first one is actually about the approvals. Can you customize in an easy way
For the time being, no.
if you can brand it?
No. For the time being, no. But we are actually, approvals is a big thing. And it's actually, we've been talking about this with Flow. Each time we go to the MVP Summit, we just tell them that we need approvals. This is a business automation. This is business process automation engine. You need to top that up. And we need to have customized forms, I've used Nintex myself, and used different workflow engines, and I do understand the challenges, why people want that. So for the time being, no. It's limited customization.
And also, can you connect to other data sources?
Thank you, lad. Yeah.
See you back in Norway.
All right.
Can you connect to other data sources, like on-premises data sources?
Yeah, you could use gateways. You use gateways, and through the gateways, you just connect to these data sources. And for SharePoint 2019 server, you could trigger an action from SharePoint 2019 into Flow. Yeah, so it's going to be embedded within.
What those called?
It's called Flow. Flow. So you use the gateway. Yeah.
Okay.
You're welcome. Yes. Hi.
You told something about events, and it was all the email all over the place. But is it then a template for it?
For that, the one that I showed, no. No, but I was thinking putting it on app source.
Yeah.
Follow me on Twitter. I'll follow you back, and then probably we talk about it.
Okay.
All right. You're welcome.
Nice to meet you.
Same here.
Congrats.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Is it possible in my customer, there is a great SharePoint list with flow
Yeah.
with PowerApps. In external user field is PowerApps forms
Okay.
and by flow to approval and fill it the SharePoint list is possible.
To do so. What's the scenario again?
External users, there is no domain.
No,
organization.
external users for PowerApps, there is none right now. They are working on it, but I tell you, don't hold your breath and wait for that, because they've been telling us that a long time ago, and I could tell you, we don't know how it works, because that's a big change in how PowerApps works.
There's
So,
not possible.
for the time being, no, only within the organization. So basically, if you want to overcome that, you have like, your client does not have like a lot of people that want to use that form. You could create an account for them and give them limited permissions, and then they could use the app. Other than that, it's not possible. So if you want to have it public, like for everyone to use it, like anonymous users, no, it's not available, unfortunately. Yeah.
It's possible to create user. There is no at domain.
No, you could create a user at the domain if like you have, let's say, 5 clients or 3, let's say. That works, at least for you. I'm just telling you like a workaround, but probably you don't want to do that. So there's no other option to kind of like have PowerApps available out there. But what you could have, if it's a survey and they are filling information and they're not expecting any data back, use Microsoft Forms.
Yeah, no problem. But it's not for me.
It's customized.
Request forms for external because they are vendors.
Okay, gotcha. Unfortunately, no.
By InfoPath, it's possible.
I don't recommend using InfoPath either. So InfoPath is already dead, like clinically dead, but it's not like dead. So like by, I think, 2020, 2021 or something like that, they're gonna kill it.
Oh, okay.
So don't use it. Don't use it. No. I highly recommend that you don't do that. No.
For external user, you recommend
If-
create HTML.
So what you could do is as simple as this. If you want to do something customized, what you could do, I'm out of time, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So what time is your session?
In 30 minutes.
In 30 minutes. I should run in 30 minutes, by the way. So I'm going to be. I have a podcast. So.
We gotta get prepped.
Yeah. Of course. Do that, please. Yeah. Sorry about the mess. I just need to answer some questions. So what you could do is that you could create a customized page that is, for example, HTML, and then at the end, make the Ajax make a call to Flow, and then send this information to Flow as JSON, and then actually inserts that in. Yeah. So you would have the pleasure of having a customized form yourself, but not using PowerApps. At the same time, you could have exactly that form shared as well with everybody. Right? Okay? So, yeah, that's kind of like,
Yeah, but I need to start.
okay, so watch out for the screen.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks for the presentation.
You're welcome.
I have a question about using Intex workflows really heavily.
Okay.
How would you compare Flow and Intex?
So in terms of if that's good for you and it just fits your needs, just stick with it, because I'm just saying the forms experience and the approval experience is way better in Nintex. But hold your horses. So the integration experience is way better. So you bring all together. So probably you could find different alternatives of doing things. If you're not using approvals and you're using Nintex for something else other than approvals and forms, then probably you could just change your workflows to use Flow instead. I'm telling you right now, Nintex is just running for Salesforce. They're not going to be supporting SharePoint a lot like before.
Right, and
That's inside information, by the way.
business process workflows, business process flows, how's that different from automation? Would you recommend doing that for Nintex?
Well, that's going to be, it's going to be kind of like, difficult to do these things for like, what you say is like, I'm saying like approval, state machine, and those stuff. Like, state machine is coming with Flow.
Okay.
It's coming soon, very soon. Okay, I can't tell you when, but it's coming soon. It's NDA.
Okay.
All right, but it's coming soon. All right, you're welcome. Hi.
My question is about
Push notifications, yeah.
and we're basically building a PowerApp. Data source is SharePoint Online, and it's an HR system.
Okay.
And we're looking for a way what's the best practice for push notifications.
Okay, so push notifications for mobile apps is available within an action within Flow. But what happens is that if you want to do push notification, you have to have the mobile app for Flow on each and every mobile. It does not do push notification. But yet again, if you want to do push notifications, you have to have the app. Anyways, like any app that does a push notification, the app of itself exists there. For example, if you have push notification for Twitter, you have Twitter already.
But it doesn't come like if they only download PowerApps, no, they have to download Flow.
If you are pushing the notification to PowerApps, you have to have PowerApps. If you are pushing notification through Flow, you have to have Flow. Both of them have push notifications. Both of them. Yeah. So there's push notification. You push notification through PowerApps. Both of them have push notifications, not one of them. So if you're pushing notification through Flow, you have to have the Flow app. If you're doing that through PowerApps, you have to have the PowerApps app.